Episode 9 is set to bring a return of one of the big legacy characters, that of course being Luke Skywalker, portrayed by Mark Hamill. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, with that being said, we do know that J.J. Abrams is going to be doing some surprising things when it comes to the character of Luke, and a lot of twists and turns will be a part of the overall Episode 9 plot itself. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with Kylo Ren and Luke Skywalker. Specifically, a description involving Luke Skywalker inside of Kylo Ren's throne room. He appears to be in the form of a Force ghost with a slight blue hue, however appears more solid. Kylo Ren has an ignited lightsaber in front of Luke, as if he is about to fight him. Luke Skywalker is now split into 3 different versions of himself around Kylo Ren. One young, old, and the other is, of course, the version of how he is currently. The sequence suggests that Kylo is confused from Luke's trick. The last goes over Kylo Ren sprinting toward one of the Luke figures, that eventually vanishes and appears on the other side of the throne room. Eventually, all 3 versions of Luke combine into one, again as Luke starts to lecture Kylo Ren from what it seems. So I wanted to go over this because we heard about this lightly, I would say about 2 weeks ago, that there would be a sequence in Episode 9 involving, of course, Luke Skywalker splitting into 3 different versions of himself. This could most definitely explain as to why they are using de-aging technology on Mark Hamill, apparently, because they said, of course, that this movie is going to have a lot of surprises in it, and we have been hearing that this movie will be using de-aging technology, a similar technology to what they used in some of the Marvel movies out there, like Ant-Man and others. So, with that being said, making a younger Luke Skywalker in the form of a Force ghost, to me sounds quite creepy. I don't know about you guys, but to me it sounds pretty creepy and surreal. Something that we have never seen before on screen. Now, when it comes to the character of Luke, it seems like what JJ and Chris Terrio are trying to do with the concepts of Force ghosts is that they are trying to expand what Rian Johnson introduced to the fans in Star Wars The Last Jedi, which is something that not a lot of people liked, is that now Force ghosts have these powers, if you will, in order to interact with the environment around them. For example, in The Last Jedi, Yoda was able to pretty much manipulate the weather and cause lightning to strike down on that tree and burn it down. Now in Episode 9, apparently Luke Skywalker will have the ability to not only be a Force ghost, but to split himself into 3 different versions of himself throughout the ages. Now, would this be a great callback to the character of Luke Skywalker? Maybe, maybe not. I feel like that if a lot of people want to see a younger version of Luke Skywalker, it should most definitely be him while he is alive. Whether that's going to be a flashback, based on a certain planet that he explored in the past, we don't know. But as far as this sequence goes, this is a new power that I personally have never seen before in Legends and or EU material, at least to my knowledge. I might have, missed a couple of books or comics here and there, but to my knowledge, I have never seen any kind of power like this, where the Force ghost himself is able to split into 3 different versions and also combine back together into one figure, going up against its own its own person that it's going up against, like Kylo Ren. So when it comes to Luke Skywalker here, this seems like it's a trick in order to confuse Kylo Ren, not to attack Kylo Ren. And a lot of people would say that in The Last Jedi, what Luke did was a very Jedi-esque thing, even though I say that he should have honestly just actually engaged in a real lightsaber duel in Episode 8, as opposed to just dodging everything. I feel like that was, kind of rather upsetting. I think that in that movie, Luke should have actually had a legitimate lightsaber duel with Kylo Ren. So going into Episode 9 now, it seems like the Force Ghost version of Luke Skywalker is going to be completely different in comparison to other Force Ghosts that we have seen before. JJ and Cruz seem to be doing something very different with the concept of Luke as a Force ghost, where he's going to be interacting with the main antagonist in the movie, actually teasing him and kind of tooling with him, and just trying to get on his nerves from what it seems. And it's no surprise at all, because Mark Hamill has actually suggested this before in the past about a Force ghost appearing in a Star Wars movie that would actually haunt a certain character, or even taunt a certain character, if you will. So with that being said, this may very well be J.J. Abrams giving Mark Hamill his wish. And if you guys ask me, Mark Hamill's main wish should be himself fighting in the living world against Kylo Ren, lightsaber to lightsaber combat. Who knows, maybe we will get that. Maybe they'll do something so outlandish as a Force ghost picking up a lightsaber and going up against Kylo Ren. You got me. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.